how do I clarify my niche when my work is inherently integrative, semantics and creativity, so I don't amputate my magic, but people can still self-select? Okay, so it's like this. This is one of the biggest blunders that gets made, I think, is we conflate two different things, the journey and the boat. Right? Your ideal clients are on island A. They got some problem. They want to be on island B where there's some result they're craving. Our business is like a boat that can take them from one island to the other. That boat is all of our modalities. That's kind of what we offer. And you can niche based on the boat. That's possible. Like, let's say you do nonviolent communication. Well, if there is a low supply of nonviolent communication trainers in your area and a high demand for that, you're set. Just talk about the boat. You don't need to really hone a particular journey. But if that's not true, or if in fact it's the opposite, boy, there's a lot of you, but nobody wants it. 10 years ago, couldn't find a fucking grief ceremonialist. Now in a lot of town, pick up a rock, throw it, and you hit one. They're everywhere. So there's a big supply, and I don't know, is the demand also high or is it going up or down? So that's the thing. You can focus on the boat if those conditions are true. High supply, high demand, low supply. If that's not true, which I imagine it's not, right? People aren't going like, Izzy, oh my God, that combination of modalities is what I've been looking for. And there's, thousands of people banging down your door. Then we probably need to move to the journey. And so then we separate it out where we say, look, instead of focusing on, I have all these modalities and they're so great, here's the boat. We say, okay, there's a particular kind of person I help. There's a particular journey I'm best at helping people on. There's a particular problem that I'm really good at solving. And we focus on that. So this gets back to the beginning of so much of working on these 7 fundamentals is letting go of stuff. Now, this is important. With niching, you can be explicit without being exclusive. Yeah, so you can work with somebody. You don't have to turn people away who aren't a perfect fit. You can still work with them. And somebody may come to you for one issue, and then you work with them on other issues moving forward. That's also possible. But there's a video I would check out on YouTube, Izzy, it's called The Two Sides. Yeah, so just search Tad Hargrave, The Two Sides, because one of the things we also conflate often are the niche and the point of view. So it's like my point of view is that it's all integrated. My point of view is that it's holistic. And I'm over here saying, great, I'm in pain with the problem. I don't care. Unless you can show me how that point of view is relevant to my issue. So yeah, it's the only reason I care that your work is integrative is if I know that that integrative approach is going to help me with a specific problem I have. I'm not interested in going to a practitioner like everything's going great in my life and it's like I just feel the need to be in a real integrative holistic space. There's no reason for me to go. I'm going because I have a problem. And then if you can say, yeah, the reason this works so well is because it is integrative. Because I do semantics and creativity, and that's why this works. So then it's the tough question in niching of, okay, who is this best for? Who do I most want to help with this? Who lights me up the most? Who can I actually help make the most progress with that modality? Who are the kind of people that would look at this boat and be really lit up? And then we start trying to, find those people. But yeah, this is the age-old niching question. But the fundamental point I want to make is to make the distinction between the boat and the journey. And a lot of service providers talk about the boat all day long, and nobody gives a shit about your boat. Unless they do, but most people don't. And the ones who don't, what they care about is, will this boat get me from where I am to where I want to be? So then we got to really hone that. I mean, we got Lauren Van Mollem on the line here, who's a copywriter extraordinaire, can help people with their websites. Lauren, if you want to throw your URL in the chat, that'd be great. But yeah, for all of you, if you're struggling with putting words to what you do, it's really helpful to get some external eyes on this. This is something I've been thinking about lately, is how most of being solopreneurs, we're stuck in monologues. Meaning monologues, like we're talking about our business to nobody, just blah, 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 right, with no feedback. And also we're taking in monologues. We're listening to content that is a monologue. and we're on the receiving end of it. But there's so little dialogue. There's so little talking it through. And so working with a good copywriter is a good dialogue because you get to see your work through the eyes of another person who has some skill, which is important because your friends can look at it, but they may have no idea what they're doing. It's good. It's good to get the perspective to see how it lands, but they may know it's off, but they may not know how to fix it, and they can give you some really bad advice. Yeah. So does that help, Izzy? I mean, it's a big question. I know. Yeah.